UFC 326 goes down on Saturday, and outside of a generational main event and a couple decent fights on the main card, I would be lying to you guys if I said that this event was absolute cinema. But here on the King Eckridge channel, it doesn't matter what we think of the card, we dissect every fight on every card, full length, no matter how big or small, no matter how great in scale or small. So here are my full card UFC 326 predictions. So with the first fight of the night, we have Luke Fernandez taking on Rodolfo Bellato. And right off the bat, in my opinion, I think this one's a lock. I'm going Luke Fernandez to win. Rodolfo Bellato, he hasn't won a fight since like 2023. He's coming off a loss to Navajo Sterling, Oscar-worthy performance against Paul Craig, where he got hit with an up kick and was clearly faking it. Like, he clearly, as soon as he got hit with the kick, was complaining to the ref, and then like 3 seconds later pretended like he was out cold. And before that, I think he had a draw with Jimmy Crute. And before that, he fought Ihor Potieria. And in that fight, people forget he was actually getting pieced up by Ihor Potieria. But he did win that fight. But, I mean, is beating Ihor Potieria supposed to be impressive? Yeah, no, it's not. Now, Luke Fernandez, he's undefeated. He's very powerful. He's actually got pretty decent grappling. Give me Luke Fernandez to win by a second-round finish. I don't think he's going to get him out of there that quick. Rodolfo Bellato, one thing, he is actually kind of durable outside of Paul Craig's up kick from hell. But, yeah, give me Luke Fernandez to get it done in the second round. I think he's the bigger puncher, and the grappling, he should be able to keep it standing. Rodolfo Bellato is not that good of a grappler. Luke Fernandez should be able to defend any grappling situations well, and he's going to want to keep it standing and where he has a big advantage. So give me Luke Fernandez to win by second round, probably TKO. Moving up at light heavyweight, we have Rafael Tobias versus Tair Nergoze. Now, I actually don't know at all what this Nergoze fella does. I know Rafael Tobias, he's a pretty good grappler. He's pretty fast for the most part. But Nergoze, I don't know what his specialty is in. So for that reason alone, just give me Rafael Tobias to win. Maybe a submission. Maybe he gets a decision win. I don't know. Yeah, this is kind of just a nothing fight. It speaks to how bad the prelims of this card are. But, yeah, give me Tobias to just win. So, yeah, give me Tobias. Moving up, we actually have a decent matchup in the flyweight division between Sumudarji and Jesus Santos Aguilar. Now, I have seen a lot of other people, they're picking Sumudarji to win, but I think some people are underrating Jesus Aguilar in this matchup. His only 2 losses in the UFC were to high-level grapplers in Rafael Estevam and Tatsuro Taira. And Sumudarji and high-level grappler or wrestler doesn't fit in the same sentence. Sumudarji, he's a big-time striker. That's his specialty. That's all he does. His takedown defense is just okay at best. He does have an ability to get controlled in the clinch. No, he actually does have decent takedown defense. He defended most of Mitch Raposo's takedown attempts and Kevin Borjas. This is a close fight. But the thing that separates this fight for me, it is Sumudarji's, not just his 4-inch height advantage, but his near 10-inch reach advantage. I think that is huge. Sumudarji's way to win this fight is to prevent Jesus Aguilar from creating any grappling exchanges and to just keep this fight standing, where I think he has an advantage. The way Jesus Aguilar win this fight, I think, is if he makes it chaotic, if he tries to make it a brawl, which he does do in most of his fights. But my thing, Jesus Aguilar, his best chance to win this fight is to get it down to the ground and get a submission. Sumudarji, he actually, when he's taken down to the ground, doesn't have very good submission defense, like, at all. But the thing with Jesus Aguilar is he's actually not that good of a wrestler. I mean, he's got decent submission skills, but he's not that great at taking guys down and getting them down to the ground. I'm going to go Sumadarji by decision. I think this is a very close matchup. I think there are ways Jesus Aguilar can win this one, but I think it is more likely that Sumadarji gets it done with his improved takedown with his solid takedown defense, and he's by far the better striker between the two. He's not very dangerous on the feet, though. He doesn't have a whole lot of KO power. I think this is going to be a close one, but if I got to give a pick, I'm going to say Sumadarji wins a 29-28 decision. But it is very close, but I'm picking Sumadarji. Next up, in the flyweight division, we have Cody Durden versus Niam Jargul Tumendumbero. I have no idea if I pronounced his name right, but we're just going to go with that. We're just going to roll with Niam Jargul. Yeah, I'm picking him to win. I think he is the more powerful striker. Cody Durden, he is very chinny. I think Jargul, he's going to club him. And he also has pretty good grappling too. So Cody Durden's best chance to win this fight. I think Niam Jargul will be able to defend himself well and evade those situations. And I think he's going to probably win this fight by a TKO, maybe, yeah, something like that, a TKO after he drops him, and he'll probably finish him with hammer fists. Cody Durden being chinny and all that, and Niam Jargul, he did look pretty powerful. He has looked pretty powerful in the tape that I have studied for him. Yeah, give me Niam Jargul to win a TKO. Moving up the card in the featherweight division, we have Ricky Turcios taking on Alberto Montez. I'm actually picking Ricky Turcios to win this one. From the footage I've gathered and from the footage I've seen of Montez, all he has are a couple little kicks in the striking and a ninja choke, Darce choke. And yeah, that's really the only thing to his game from what I've seen. Ricky Turcios, he has a good ability to make things chaotic. He is coming off 2 losses, but he did not look bad in those losses. He had a competitive fight with Bernardo Sopage. Yeah, he lost that fight, but he did make it competitive, and he almost finished Raul Rosas Jr. Ricky Turcios, he has decent grappling, and I think he has a advantage on the feet, 2-inch height and reach advantage. He's more experienced against slightly better comp. I think this is going to be the one where Ricky Turcios gets a win. I think he's going to make things chaotic for Montez. He's going to make it awkward. Montez is going to be uncomfortable. And I think Turcios, he's going to rack himself up a pretty clear decision win. So give me Turcios to win by decision. Next up on the card, we have Dante Johnson taking on the all-timer Cody Brundage. Yeah, Cody Brundage taking this one up on short notice like a G. I'm picking Dante Johnson to win by a first-round finish. Cody Brundage, he's very chinny. Dante Johnson, he's very powerful on the feet, and he is actually a decent grappler. So I don't think Cody Brundage holds much of an advantage anywhere in this fight outside of maybe experience. But I don't think that'll matter because Cody Brundage isn't actually that skilled of a fighter. Even if he has a 4-inch height advantage, Dante Johnson's got a reach advantage. He's going to be aggressive in this fight. Cody Brundage, he's not going to like it. Yeah, give me Dante Johnson to win a first-round finish. Yeah, give me Dante Johnson. Next up, the prelim feature bout. Cody Garbrandt taking on Zhao Long. I'm picking Cody Garbrandt. I'm leaning on his experience to get it done. Zhao Long, so from what I've seen with Zhao Long, he's a pretty decent kickboxer. He's decently powerful, but nothing too crazy. Even though you don't have to have crazy fight-ending power to rock Cody Garbrandt. But Xiaolong, what I've noticed from him is he doesn't really have very good defense when in striking exchanges. And Cody Garbrandt, I think he's still powerful enough to to get a finish in this fight. Xiaolong, he's got like 37 fights, but they haven't been against very high-level comp. Cody Garbrandt, he's seen a lot of very good fighters throughout his career. I see this one playing out like the Trevor Jones fight, where Cody Garbrandt, I think he's going to out-grapple him. And for like the first half of the fight, first 2 rounds, he's going to be the faster man. He's going to be a little bit sharper. Xiaolong, he'll probably find a little bit of success in the 3rd round. But yeah, I'm picking Cody Garbrandt to win. It is kind of a close fight. I can see it going either way, but I'm giving Cody Garbrandt the lean. I think he's going to win this one, probably by a 29-28 decision. Give me Cody Garbrandt to win a decision. All right, kicking off the main card in the middleweight division, we have Gregory Rodriguez versus Bruno Ferreira in a rematch, the highly anticipated rematch between these two. No, but this is actually a pretty good matchup. In their first fight, Ferreira slept him out cold at the end of the 1st round. And since that fight, Rodriguez, I think he's improved, whereas Ferreira, he's kind of stayed the same. He's still the same striker he was in that matchup. He may have improved a little bit in his grappling, but I still think if this fight enters any grappling exchanges, Gregory Rodriguez will hold the advantage and look like the better grappler. And on the feet, I think Gregory Rodriguez, he's improved enough to be able to defend some of the big shots of Bruno Ferreira. And, I mean, Bruno Ferreira, I mean, let's face it, he is actually kind of chinny. I saw Marvin Vettori stumble him a couple times with his good old patented 1-2. And, I mean, when's the last time you've ever seen Marvin Vettori KO someone? You haven't. And plus, Bruno Ferreira, he got dropped and finished by Nursultan Ruziboev. Yeah, I'm picking Gregory Rodriguez. I think between the two, he's the more improved fighter. I can't see Ferreira getting a KO because, I mean, Gregory Rodriguez, for whatever reason, despite his inhuman physique, he just cannot take a big punch to save his life. He is a little bit chinny, but I think he's going to be intelligent enough on the feet this fight. I think he's going to use his height and reach advantage, and I think he's actually going to find himself a KO. So give me RoboCop to exact his revenge and find a TKO win in this fight. It is pretty close, but I'm leaning Gregory Rodriguez to get it done this time, just based off of him having improved more so since their first fight than Ferreira. So my pick is Gregory Rodriguez by a 2nd round finish. Next up, we have a true crafty vet matchup in the lightweight division between Drew Dober and Michael Johnson. This is a pretty close one. Obviously, Drew Dober, he has a pretty good track record against this type of fight. Nah, you know what? I'm picking Michael Johnson to win this one. Just based off from what I've seen from these two in their last couple of fights. Drew Dober, he did look a bit declined against Kyle Prepolek, whereas Michael Johnson, he looked very good and fast and powerful, as he always has, against, Daniel Zellhuber, even though we know now that that's actually not a very good win, at all, because Zellhuber's trash. But I think Drew Dober, his chin is declined. He's got no defense on the feet outside of a guard, no head movement. Again, he's a little more chinny entering this fight than he used to be. Michael Johnson, he's going to have a big speed advantage in this fight. He's got the 2-inch height and 3-inch reach advantage. And just between these two, Michael Johnson, I think he's the better defensive fighter than Drew Dober. He's got better footwork, I'd say. Uh, but I can see Drew Dober getting it done. I mean, Michael Johnson, he has a generationally bad chin. Uh, Drew Dober, he might just throw a gust of air at him and might just send Michael Johnson flying out of the octagon. But I think I just trust Michael Johnson more to get to the target first. Drew Dober declined chin. He's probably not going to see the shot coming. Give me Michael Johnson to win this fight by KO and to get a crafty vet finish against Drew Dober and break the curse. Next up on the card, we have Rob Font versus Raul Rosas Jr. I'm going to have to pick Rob Font to win this one. He's far more experienced against far better competition. Raul Rosas Jr., he's been winning 29-28 decisions against guys who aren't even light years close to being ranked. He's been inactive for a little bit. It's been almost a year since he last fought. Really, all he is a grappler. He's got little to nothing on the feet. He's got okay takedown entries, and he's decent on the ground. But Rob Font, he's fought better grappler than Raul Rosas Jr. before in Gene Matsumoto, and he was able to return to his feet multiple times in that fight when effort took him down. On the feet, I think Rob Font, I think he's going to dominate Raul Rosas Jr., and I don't think that Meep Meep is going to be as good in the grappling exchanges as some people think he will be. I don't think he's better than Gene Matsumoto in grappling or wrestling, and he's inexperienced against high-level fighters. Give me Rob Font to win, probably a decision. Raul Rosas Jr., he does have a blockhead. He is a pretty hard guy to hurt or chin. So give me Rob Font to probably win a 29-28 decision. He'll probably lose the first after getting taken down and controlled a little bit. But from the rest of that fight, he'll be able to piece him up. So give me Rob Font to win a 29-28 decision. On to the co-main event in the middleweight division, we have Caio Borralho taking on the goofy goober himself, Reinier de Ridder. I am picking Caio Borralho to win this one. And no, it's not because de Ridder gave up against Brendan Allen. I'm sure de Ridder's cardio will be better this time out, but I just also think that this is a stylistic matchup that is better for Caio Borralho. He's got a striking advantage. De Ridder, he's got very bad defensive habits on the feet. He is very easy. He is chinnable. He does get rocked by punches from anyone. And in the grappling, Caio Borralho, he has very good takedown defense. So de Ridder's best chance to get this fight down to the ground. I think Caio Borralho, I think he'll be able to stuff takedowns. He is a very good grappler himself. And on the feet, he's the more powerful guy. I think he's more explosive. I just think he's better. I think this is just a stylistic matchup that he has a better chance at winning. De Ridder, maybe he can get a little bit of control time under him, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I think Borralho, he's going to rock him a couple times on the feet. He'll be able to defend any attempts at creating a grappling exchange from Reinier de Ridder, and I could see him getting a knockout in this fight. He is very heavy-handed. De Ridder, he's been rocked. He's been dropped by lesser power punchers than Borralho. So, give me Caio Borralho to win this fight. Probably, maybe he gets a finish, but I think it's more likely he gets a decision. Maybe drops de Ridder, but de Ridder tries to scramble and creates a clinch position. But I don't think he's going to get the takedowns going. So give me Caio Borralho to win this fight, probably by a decision. So give me Borralho by decision. Moving on to the main event, the matchup of Doom and Despair, Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira. Now, I've been going back and forth with who I'm going to pick for this fight. all week, and now I have to decide who my pick is gonna be. It's gonna be Olives or Max. Max or Olives. I'm gonna have to go with Max Holloway on this one. I mean, now I know that it is true. Max Holloway hasn't fought a grappler on the same exact level as Charles Oliveira, or at least a grappler who will attack him as intense in the grappling realm of the game as Charles Oliveira will. But I just rewatched Oliveira's last fight against Mateusz Gamrot, and yes, while it is very impressive the way he kind of bullied Gamrot in all the grappling exchanges, he was low-key kind of getting outboxed in that fight. I mean, Gamrot in that fight, he was landing clean 2-3 piece boxing combinations on Oliveira, and honestly, for most of the time, Oliveira was missing his punches on the feet. And I mean, if Gamrot's outboxing you on the feet, why can't Max Holloway? Now, one thing I will say that makes me a little bit worried in picking Max Holloway to win this fight is from the fact that usually he kind of needs to enter a flow state a little bit, like, have a pedestrian first round. Whereas Charles Oliveira, he's going to bring it to him right away. With Charles Oliveira, he's going to attack him heavy, pressure heavy, walk him down, plus with his strength and reach advantage. That could give Holloway some problems, but I trust Max Holloway's footwork to be able to escape any troublesome situations on the feet with Oliveira charging at him recklessly. I mean, Oliveira, he really has declined in the striking over time. This isn't the same guy who was flatlining a close to prime Michael Chandler. This ain't the same guy who was sending Gaethje flying across the octagon with one right hand. He's just a little bit of a slower fighter nowadays. And Max Holloway, looks just as fast as ever. His defensive footwork has actually improved. Uh, he hits harder at lightweight. Like, Holloway these days in the lightweight division, he's just a little bit different. Like, he can hurt you big time now with singular shots now. Now, some people are trying to say that Max Holloway's chin is washed, and that mostly has to do with the fact that Holloway has been knocked down in his last 3 fights, but only one of them was a chin shot. He suffered a flash knockdown against Gaethje when he got hit on the temple. He got knocked out by Ilya at featherweight, fair enough. And at lightweight, he got dropped by Poirier from a shot that hit him on his equilibrium. I mean, in that Poirier fight, he got clipped with multiple other big right hands that didn't even phase him at all, it looked like. But that was the only one, because that was one off the temple. Now, I'm not saying that I don't think that Charles Oliveira can't win this fight. I think that if he can get this fight to the ground and get in a dominant position, or maybe he can rock Holloway on the feet, I'm just saying if this fight hits the ground at any point in time in the fight, Oliveira, 9 times out of 10, he's going to find the finish there. But I trust Max Holloway's takedown defense. I trust his increased power and high-level defensive footwork on the feet to get it done against Du Bronx. And I am picking Max Holloway to win this fight by a 4th round TKO.